shins out. It's pretty straightforward for EDG right now. Need to carry Sivir would complete the scaling option. You're going to say, screw it, we wave clear. If there was anybody who could ever match Varus to secure the kills they were hoping for. Bottle Crab being potentially jumped on here. In the push, though, there are a couple of people. Ultra Prime around, 3 Talon Strike. Going to try and get the Skull Crab regardless. There's a roam down from EDG on the Rumble! And they end up getting first blood regardless. EDG
to recover a little bit. Comes on to Saber.
Saber does manage to get walking away, though. He's pretty speedy there with the phase rush. Oh, now coming around for an angle. Has the Chains of Corruption. Lands it well into the arrow. And Xiaoxia is a dead cow. Now the jump over the wall and Saber trying to come back and re-engage. Has to flash out through from the bot lanes and solo lanes, all resetting to try and find the matchup they were looking for. Easy dragon takes and setup to a bit hard, but a nice little play there from Arn. Gets the cleanse out of Bayer because, of course, Chains of Corruption landed and there was no spell.
Fighting against Varus Annie at this item point, dangerous choice for Ultra Prime to make.
Flash on in with the Magnet Storm after, and my voice will have to jump up an octave or two. They're going to jump onto the Alistair afterwards to throw down the Chains of the Unbreakable Will, but he's still rooted in place by those Chains of Corruption. Bayer now in danger, and EDG just wipe the fight.
ZDZ with the flash.
Test this with an additional upside of being able to just play for mid tier 1. I think that might be their aim here.
So Dragon's going to go down, even that up, but the mid lane tier 1 turret is such a good one to take. No longer will Sivir be able... you do not want to take that too easily. No fight comes through just yet. Equalizer goes down.
Decent angle, but all out of the other side. They'll just blow up the Rumble. Not safe at all. Win becomes lightning lands. It's enough of a slow. The Audacious Charge extended range because he hit that W. Will just about miss the second. Lightning does not strike twice. But they get another kill. They get a shove onto the tier 2. Bayer's trying to clear the way, but he's hit by the Chains of Corruption. Needs to go down. Palkia pulls it back with a Magnet Storm. Out from under the turret. And they will be able to get a hold of that AD carry. And the tier 2 not able to be taken quite yet without the lack of wave. Maybe done enough to hold on to that of Ultra Prime, but more members dead.
Tibbers was tanking the tower for a little bit more, and they just overstay. They think they're safe under this turret. They're just not. Tanking things a little bit more with the Annie Tibbers, and Junha has so often been the guiding light for this team, struggling a lot.
Agent Tankin pretty low, but managed to get on top of Angel. Has to flash on out of that Disintegrate now. Has got a stun up and running. Won't be able to get in range for the Incinerate. Now Xiaoxia looking to turn this around. Has got an Annie running, but is stunned up by that trample. An Electro Harpoon brings the Annie down.
Another side lane play.
Look like it. EDZ about to get jumped. 4 people coming for his skull. No one going to be able to respond to it. Him alone can try and go all out. Buys a bit of time here. Pathmaker shield and the footwork doing its best work. Big 3-man all out with the Pathmaker as well, but it's just not enough. And the turret will fall, as will ZDZ. But Atakan in the picture-in-picture goes to EDG, so it is certainly a decent trade in the grand scheme of things.
So kill and tower for Atakan. Push onto the inner turret as well. Remember, there are 3 grubs from Ultra Prime. What's going to be the response here? Angel doesn't have TP. Palkia could fly over the wall, not choosing to do so. Realm War out to safety.
Nice.
Xiaoxia not left behind. I was wondering a bit there. Ultra Prime failed in the grouped up fight. Do go.
What I said earlier, might also come up, and here will be the second dragon, likely to EDG. I don't realistically think John Howe's getting in here in time. He will not.
PCS as well, I believe, as well. Yeah, it was One Sword is his name. Bit of a prodigy himself. Was on Frankie's. What's the A came out from PCS? Trying to remember.
One Sword!
But the problem is now, Ultra Prime, they are going to be trading one tower, but they're losing
really annoying control wall placement. Did you see they put it down and they pinged it over? Hang on, why can we not see this yet?
Here's the side lane play. Ultra Prime really need this kind of play.
Go all out there, drags him away. The Realm Warp comes on through. CDC tries to respond. That's not a great equalizer, actually. Gonna get the 2-man Q3, flashes away, buying a bit of time, but there's just too much damage. The thing is, resets are gonna have to come on through. Saber's teleported already. They tried to do Baron, but it's a poke Varus. It's not really the best taker of it, and they can't rush it. And they're gonna have the Chains of Corruption, potential ability to break it back on out with the Unbreakable Will, but Xiaoxia, even with the flash, will not be able to get out to safety. And remember, damage resistance, not enough to keep him alive. Now they go right back to the Baron, and the man advantage is neutralized.
I would have thought that actually Ultra Prime would have come out of this from a slight advantage, because it didn't look like EDG, as you were saying, could rush the Baron, but losing Xiaoshu, again, one of our rookie supports here in the LPL. That does open up the opportunity again. Parakia is going to go over, pop that blast cone, and it's on Ultra Prime to retake the pit, Valorant style.
Jumping onto the backline, Angel with another good stun. Palkia also over the wall. They've got the response from ZDZ available, has got the teleport. Saber is shoving in the bot lane, is not going to roam up and join. That makes this a 3v4 in the top side right now as Junhao tries to go on in with that ultimate. The Cyclone really just doesn't have enough, but the Boomerang Blade after certainly does. But a trade of just your support for Baron, you take that as EDG.
Exactly. All members but that Rel will be very happy taking in a ton of territory across the map and shutting down Ultra Prime's previously very strong side map plays.
Okay, EJ, potentially in danger of Xiaohouse coming around, trying to take away this Gromp.
Also, thank you very much for the gifts of that, Humanish as well. Nice to see you supporting the community, and I hope you're enjoying yourself watching the show.
Welcome. Thank you for your support. I don't know why I've gone with his accent as Angel gets a big chunk onto Saber. Flash away. As flash to flash. Rumble now coming on forward. I don't know how deep they want to go for this. Another stun trapped under the turret. Junhao will get out to safety, but took a lot of damage doing it. He's gone right back towards where Tibbers was, so he's not escaped the damage. The burn is pretty good, but it is still nerfed Tibbers all these months later, and with the burn still on, not enough, but all the while inhibitor turrets falling.
Welcome to 2023 Addy build, by the way. The Tibbers sits on top of you with double burn, and the Rylai slowing you into it, and Junhao has to get the hell out of that. Inhib goes down. Ultra Prime, I mean, they get the tower, but it doesn't feel like it's an even trade at all. And Angel's still chasing down with the Rylai slows.
He's got Molten Shield as well. He's quite a quick little girl. That Annie is out of your nightmares. Hansel and Gretel, eat your hearts out. Chains of Corruption land on for Junhao, just out of range of the hail of arrows.
Civet. That is something. The 3-item Civet makes a difference, has that Infinity Edge. Potentially, that could just be enough for what they want.
It is where you fight them. Control ward fight in that little pixel bush off the side of the tier 2. Little fight as well. Also in the jungle on the other side. Bush control being very heavily contested by EDG. Want to make sure that Ultra Prime see nothing right now.
Clearing out that wave again. Parakia, okay. That's going to be the equals dropped as well. Realm will try and force the engage.
Parakia is going to try and crash down with the Manic Storm, but the ult immediate from Xiao. She gets a lot of stun to Angel, means he doesn't get a full combo until way too late. They lose 2. Nice engage from Saber. They get the value they need by you're not quite dying to the piercing arrow. EJ also gets to the backline. Xiao Shu trying to fly away. Xiao Hao, I apologize. Doing his best to get some value out. On flashes out, ZDZ goes all out. Hail of Arrows comes on down. Saber potentially in danger, goes golden though. Massive 3-man on Tofo strike still means nothing. Wonderful play from Ultra Prime to break the backs of 4 members.
The 3-item Civet gets the free fire, and Ultra Prime using their ultimates chase down the plays. I don't know whether they'll be able to finish off the Varus. They are. The spell shield's popped.
Gonna try and barrier for a second, but Junhao will immediately Nimbus Strike. Does get the Rumble on the way out, and there is some unfortunate waves in the base, but that is a big pick. No Baron for a minute or so, but eventually every single member of EDG is brought low.
Yeah, that was a huge fight for Ultra Prime. Huge from them. Using the Equalizer slow into the Realm Warp. The tower's gonna go. Lines form up. Equalizer has been terrifying for EDG to deal with, and if that gives space for the Civet, that is a one-team fight for Ultra Prime. Dragon started up, watch for that Equalizer.
Walk as well, back up and available. The last fight, engage off that. That was good! Stun on the back line! Down goes the Rumble. Engage from Palkia. Prevents the Realm Warp turnaround! Huge stuff from the Well. The Magnet Storm is a Category 5 masterclass. Bayer goes down to Xiaohou and flashes in to make sure the Audacious Charge does its work. Junhao goes as well. Soul secured, and EDG right the wrongs of the topside play.
For those of you watching out for the Equalizer, I'm sorry you didn't get to see anything. Angel picks off the Rumble and will win the game.
And they'll head straight onto those Nexus turrets. Dragon secured, fight secured, and most importantly, game secured as well. Ultra Prime struck back and tried to make it competitive, but EDG in the end called the ambulance. It just wasn't for them.
Game 1 of Split 3 LPL 2025. I think at the end of it, maybe they do lack a little bit of engage, but I think they've done a lot of good answering to what Ultra Prime have put onto the table.
On the other side, I think Ultra Prime, if it's a comp agnostic, you want to fight this Trundle with red buff. It's a pretty miserable time, and Vi at level 2 is just not a champion.
Oh, Parakia going forwards.
Oh, yeah, remember, still has the flash. May just need to burn it and doesn't. Just dies straight up. Kill in the 2v2 on, and Palkia, really good engage. The god of space finds an engage, and Junhao still in danger at the level 2, getting chomped, getting run out. There's the press the attack. This Vi is in so much danger. If you don't flash soon, you're going to die. Flash on forward. Xiaohao gets another kill. It's all going wrong for Ultra Prime.
3 winning lanes, a kill in the 2v2 and in the jungle matchup. that terrain where you move quickly and attack quickly. So if you get that slow, and you also get the move speed thing under your feet, you get to chase people down very well. And then your E is
it might be a lot harder now for Ultra Prime to fully contest this. Looking for a potential Hex Flash in. Palkia now quite deep. ZDZ here to defend. They're going to throw down the quickness. But the Poppy W prevents the easy engage. Now in tricky position with the quickness down as well. How much do they have to work with? Saber's caught in the pit and dies to the Renekton Dragon. Surely EDGs.
Ultra Prime gets stuck into the meat grinder and are made into sausages the old-fashioned way. Is that going to be a wall stun? Yes, it is.
And going to be knocked down here, surely. But the exhaust is enough.
2,000 gold lead. And I don't think it's been a bad series of games for them today. Junhao's going to go forward, pulls that ult. There's the ult we were looking for.
Damage comes on down. EDG going to be in potential danger here. Teleports coming on forwards. The curtain's called, but the Poppy not picked. Ultra Prime struggling to make their own combo work here as ZDZ throws down the ultimate, trying to get some damage down with the Dominus and a culling of the Meek. Angel now looking for a potential flank angle barrier with no ult and no flash. Still going to get out to safety for now. The winning comes on through, but that mid-tier 1 is dead to rights. EDG running over this game at this point.
Yeah, their early advantages are just too strong now.
Xiaohao can actually look for a bit of a gremlin smite fight. A chomp and a smite might do it. There's an eye facing, but it's just going to go down. Knock away of 2. That's actually significant. 3-person engage as they interrupt the attempted dash with a well-timed Poppy W. Still gets over the wall. In goes ZDZ, a slice of the dice. And it rolls natural ones for Ultra Prime's health bars. They're down for the count. They lose their top lane.
The flash Poppy W stops the dash out. And despite the Herald being killed by Ultra Prime, they cannot claim it. ZDZ goes deeper.
In they go. Another good interrupt. Palkia pressing the steadfast presence exactly when required. Beautiful stop to prevent the re-engage. Xiaoxia just stopped in his tracks.
How wonderful is it how Palkia, the god of space, denies that area from Ultra Prime. This space is his. She uses the third one, waiting on that fourth for Ocean Salt, and just kind of game Ocean Salt pretty nasty too. If Renekton pulls that ultimate, yeah, you're not killing him anytime soon. So it's going to be Dragon traded for Turret, which is an objective bounty. I suppose that is a trade up in terms of
as it could have been. So I hope we can get across.
EDZ spots out Eugen here. Does he pull the ultimate? Gets that empowered W onto him. Parak is coming down.
It's diced on through. Still got a dice to work with. The slice is the first part, isn't it?
Comes Angel.
TP. Angel is indeed coming. What do you do here? In goes between worlds. The steadfast present comes on through and he just pillared away. Men at work. EDG put down the sign. And Trundle helps pick it up for ZDZ.
Roadworks ahead. I'm sure.
Started
up. Dragon is up in a minute to Ultra Prime, and they're going to be forced to fight. And this is where the problems come in. You have to engage into a team which has so many tools to deal with. You ult misses from Eugen.
And get some value back. Over they go as ZDZ teleports in with a Dominus flash over, but Bayer does get out with his own flash. But ZDZ's so damn scary. Xiaoxia's nearly dead. Burned out is Junhao. Bayer now in danger. Xiaohao keeps going forwards and whacking them with the truncheon. Trying to get away ZDZ. Flash on forwards. At least they finally get one. The curtains are caught, but it's all body block. They all line up. And they can only get one in response.
Ultra Prime will have to sign up for the matinee. Absolute hell for them. Ocean Soul to EDG. Atakan soon to follow.
That is a literal 1v4 from the Renekton. He's a big boy at this point.
I love this so much, man.
Bot lane, tier 1, Under Siege.
Is that the sequel to Worms Forts Under Siege?
I wish we'd gotten a sequel to that.
For those of you who never played Worms Forts Under Siege, also lose me the game. I remember that to this day, Sam.
I don't, but that's
Junhao ulting on. He's way out of position.
Ooh, does like to get over into the red buff pit. Maybe not as far as they thought he was. Junhao now a little bit split on. Is still going to go very low and finally goes down. Junhao gets a bit of healing, but it's not enough. Claiming a turret elsewhere. Somehow is Trundle, I'm assuming, with the wave push happening. Angel now hunting for Xiaoxia, who's very low indeed. A last auto and a Q will probably do the Rakan in. 2 for 1. Plus a few more turrets.
Okay, this is a little too far, but I mean, Bayer's just returning the favor. Why are you stood there? That's a dead Jin.
He stood 6 foot deep is where he's actually stood. That's a very early grave he's stepping into, and another person dead. Now they can head towards this tier 3. What on earth do you do now as Saber and Eugen? That turret is dead to right. They'll get a shielded around, but it's shoved away by Palkia, who will heal, get himself back up to full HP and be just fine.
Oh, the Ocean Soul.
Ocean Soul is ridiculous. Public execution comes on down, and Angel says, yeah, but eat a weirding. How's that one work? Gonna get a shielded around for. What does a Galio do against such reckless bunny hate?
A red day, a sword day. Here the sun rises. EDG charge into the battle lines. Arn goes down. The rest.
Okay, gonna look for something. Xiaohao flashes, trying to get a chomp down here. Doesn't want to burn the pillar until he's already gone too far forwards. Another chomp, another few autos. That is a very dead Rakan.
What can you do here as Ultra Prime? They can't afford, they just could not afford to fall as far behind in vision, importantly. Miracle Steal, maybe not now he's been seen.
Yeah, he will pull away, and Palkia is stepping along forwards, looking to ensure that, again, he can just deny all the space available. The fastest Baron of all time, but it is going down. Angel now coming on over, goes across the veil, starting to the wall. Barrier caught between worlds, and unfortunately, he chooses the other side to go to. EDG gonna run away from this very scary killer bunny. Back towards the Baron they go. Bait successful. Junhao dead. Barrier dead. And Ultra Prime are out of options.
The choke point was created by dead Ultra Prime teammates, and the dead keep it. EDG say that the way is shut, and they will close the series out onto Ultra Prime. Baron down. They have 100% objective rate in this second game. Again, Bayern Xiao, one of our most green bot lanes, one of our least veteran ones, and he does have a veteran in Arn alongside him, who, you know, I don't think he's necessarily been top tier for the rest of the year, but he's a stabilizing influence. EDG doing well here. Another wallstone, nearly missed there.
Comes the Keeper's verdict. Sorry, the steadfast presence. There's the Keeper's verdict, and that's a very dead Vi. Vi stands for violence committed upon ye, as in comes Gallia with the hero's entrance, but I think this is a villain's tale, as EDG prove themselves a little too deadly. You may fire when ready. The Death Star wins this one as they group up and destroy the Rebel base. Ultra Prime will lose for the second time in a row. 2-0 to EDG. Calm, convincing. Welcome to the LPL, Palkia. Let's keep this form up, shall we?
EDG have captured themselves